Okay, calm down.
Something I've been hearing, not too much, but a little bit, is people are saying, like leftists, people who are, reject the weaponization of identity politics. Some of those people, not most, but some are like, this is a distraction. And I'm trying to figure out how to respond to that in a way that's not just like cursing them out.
Abortion is an economic issue. It's a capitalism issue. It is a tactic to take women, primarily pregnant people, out of the domestic sphere or out of the public sphere and put them in the domestic sphere where they cannot organize as effectively. And even if they aren't completely out of the public sphere, they're exhausted because they have all these extra children. It's a way to attack solidarity, to make women isolated from men, and to keep us all like in a society that is constantly capitalistic. It's a tactic, it's a capitalist tactic to do that. So like, it's also about creating workers. I mean, like, I feel like that's sort of like a nebulous thing. Certainly capitalism's operated like that before, and like chattel slavery would be a good way it's done. But what it's really doing is taking women out of the public sphere, putting them in the domestic sphere, and making it impossible to organize. So like, it's not a distraction. It is a like top tier issue. If you want 50% of the people in the country to like help you help your leftist goals, like that is what you need to do. So.
And I would say, like, look, this country fought a civil war over the question of who owns the human body, right? Like, who has inviolate control over the human body? And the winning side, right, the right side said the individual, right? No one else can own your body. No one else can dictate what it does. Abortion is part of that same spectrum of issues of literally who owns the human body. And I would argue that, like, unless you have that preliminary right, no other right matters or means anything. Right? If you are not literally like the ruler of your own self, of your own body, then what does the rest of it mean? Like, what would it mean to say, I care about your economic conditions, but not whether you're free to control your own body? It's very strange.
I'm going to just read this comment. Someone wrote, because I want to address this, and maybe some people, we can't reach them, but someone writes, the fact that you have to center the issue is precisely why it steers the conversation away from money.
My view that it's taking you out of the public sphere and putting you in the domestic sphere is not like some kind of like thing I came up with or got from Planned Parenthood. That is Ingalls. Like, that is literally from Ingalls. Like, you can pull up like Ingalls and like read his stuff. That is where it comes from. So if you are a real Marxist and you are a real leftist, like, read some freaking Ingalls and get on board. Like, I have like zero time for anyone that would act like this is a distraction. It is an economic issue. It is a class issue. And like, just get over yourselves that thinking this is identity politics, because it's easy for you to think of it as identity politics. It is not.
It's also bizarre to me because left politics is coalitional politics by definition, right? They have the money and the power, right? That's what they got. All we have is the numbers. So you're going to take an absolutely core value to women, half the population, and a much larger portion of the Democratic base, and you're going to just say to them, "Hey, sorry, you know what? I'm too concerned with what's happening at J.P. Morgan to care about abortion." That's just stupid, awful politics. The whole identity politics critique has a lot of forms, but the stupidest one is like, this is a distraction from other things. Right? The whole point is you reach people where you are, you express to them that you're on their side, you show why your way is better, and together you grow a movement that can win. And saying to women, sorry, tough nugs about abortion seems like a really stupid thing to do if you're trying to grow a coalition.
And the corporate Dems are the ones trying to decouple this from being an economic issue. They're the ones who are trying to make this just a social cultural issue in a vacuum that has nothing to do with economic rights, because they don't want to deal with those things. They don't want to deal with Roe either, but they certainly like to pay lip service to it. So you're just actually being like the neoliberal shill that you like to shit on. So that's not, All right, I think we handled that. Great.